Greetings everybody, welcome back to another episode of SeriousPack Adventures in SeriousCraft. Alright, today we have to do quite a few things. I want to progress in Thaumcraft a little bit, because we need some devices and items for our inventory system. How weird how the items disappear. So also, last time I had this issue where some chests were like disappearing or something. I think it was because my pickaxe was in this drawer here. Try this again, see if that, oh yeah, look at that. So if I look down here now, somewhere around here, all the chests turn weirdly invisible. If I take this out again, it's fixed. Oh, interesting. Like I actually had this locked, and then if you right click with something, it will keep that item inside, even if there's nothing, even if it's empty. So I accidentally right clicked with my pickaxe, took it out again, and still had that icon on there, and that's why it was laggy. But yeah, we're gonna make some upgrades today. The first thing we should do is actually get a better wand. We're still rocking pretty much the first, well, it's kind of a second wand, but it's not very good. We need a better wand. Door, thank you. I have trouble with doors. Alright, so to make a better wand, let's take out our take a look at our book. I want to make the silver wood wand core first of all. So instead of using a stick or just using 2 great wood logs to make a stick, we actually have to do an infusion for this one. For this one we need just a piece of silver wood log, a little bit of essentia, 9 of each primal one, and 9 of precantatio, which we should have. It's a moderate infusion, so it might be okay. Each shard, and we also need these balance shards. And if you unlock the normal alchemy stuff, one of the first recipes, like this one, basic alchemy, one of the first recipes is the balance shard. And I think I explained this before. It's like you toss 5 of the primal in, and the one you're missing you toss in as a shard, and then you get a balance shard. And if you cook a balance shard, you get Salus Mundus. It's kind of like a Thaumaturge salt. So we need those things for right now. So, and also instead of using like gold caps or anything, we're going to use these Thaumium caps because they're pretty good. They're very efficient. It talks about how efficient it is and stuff. It's very magical. But the issue is that it's not enough to just turn these ingots, these nuggets into a cap, but we also have to infuse them with Salus Mundus. That's why I made them, and we need a little bit of aurum and a little bit of potentia. One thing I've found that has a lot of aurum inside is magnetite from Rotary Craft or Reactor Craft. Magnetite, one of those, this one, Reactor Craft. It has, I think the ore has like 1 aurum, but if you break it, you get lodestone, I believe. Yeah, and lodestone has 2 aurum each, which is pretty good. I think it also has precantatio maybe, or vitreous, I'm not sure. I think it's vitreous and metallum. Alright, so let's take 2 of these nuggets like this. Should have enough stuff to do this. I'm actually gonna put on my Thaumaturge stuff just so we get that little bit extra discount for now. Alright, hopefully the audio is fine. I'm actually recording through my TV again. But yeah, I'll check it after this. Alright, so we have these inert Thaumium caps, so we need to turn them into, I don't even know what it's called. What do you call this? Infused? Oh, charged, okay. Charged caps, sure. Alright, should be a pretty straightforward recipe. You just take the Salus Mundus, this stuff, and oh, we need our wand. Alright, got my wand. So, put the core inside, and then the Salus Mundus. Again, it's like a recipe that you can't really mirror perfectly. So we're gonna mirror 2 of these items, like they're across each other, but the third one has no partner. So it's a little bit unstable, but it should be fine. And I should have the aurum here and potentia. So let's give this a go. And hopefully everything works out. I do have a little bit of extra Salus Mundus. I always recommend making extra stuff when you deal with like somewhat unstable recipes, because if one of these items get destroyed and you don't have one to replace it, then you kind of waste a lot of essentia and stuff. Alright, that was the first one. Pretty easy. Is my inventory too full? Should be fine. 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here. Bam. So it should be probably pretty easy. What, this one is moderate as well, okay. Alright, so, and then we only have to do the wand And the one should be easy too. It's also a moderate one, but yeah, might be fine. I'm just gonna put all these things there. Alright, there it is. Cool. So we have 2 of these guys. Gonna scan them in a little bit. Let's take a look at the book. So one thing I'm always not 100% sure of, if you look at the recipe, you know how like these shards are laid out in a specific order, like, you know, air first and fire, etc. I'm always unsure if this order is important or if they can be in any order, if just symmetry matters. And again, this is a recipe where we don't have a symmetry really, so we need to like have one that doesn't have a partner. So I'm gonna, just for science, I'm just gonna place them, and we'll see how I'm gonna place them. Let's do 3 here. I'm not gonna place them in a specific order now, just random. I want to see if that helps or not, or if that's okay. I don't know if that might cause instability. All right, so these 3 have a partner, and we're just gonna put in this one over here, and we only need 1 of those anyway. All right, do I have my smart little magic thingy on me? Here it is. I don't know if this will tell me about recipes. Total instability of this infusion is 5. Pedicel should have an item to match its partner. Okay. So I don't know. I don't think the items matter. It did recognize the recipe even. So let's just see what happens. Hopefully it's all good. Can I see them all from here? Yeah. We do have extras, so I'm not too concerned. Let's get some blocks out though, in case we need to get rid of some flux goop. Alright, it's taking 9 of each primal ones. Oh, looks so awesome. I've been actually melting down a lot of like charcoal and stuff, so I have a bunch of potentia here for my flying device. Woohoo! Very cool. I also did some changes on the base. We're gonna go there in a second. Well, on the inventory system at least. I actually... Oh, did it consume that or did it break it? I saw lightning. No, I think it consumed it. I think we're good here. And last one. Oh no, there's one more. Oh, so yeah, the order doesn't matter. It picks the ones it needs next. Alright, awesome, pretty cool. So there it is. My inventory is too full. Let's dump something in here for now. I'm just gonna put these shards in there. So many of them. We don't need all of this. Alright, let's get our 1 core. And we still need to combine them in a table. I hope we have enough charge in our wand left. I'm not sure. I think it needs 55 or something, or 60. It actually needs a little bit more than your wand can hold. But with all these like discounts, we should be able to get it. So the wand has a 5% discount. See, we have like 89% discount with all of our stuff equipped. So hopefully we have enough. Let's give it a shot. Yeah, 48. See, barely. Well, we don't have enough stuff inside, but we can do it. If we didn't have like all this discount stuff, it would be 51, and our wand couldn't do that. So you definitely need something to get that little discount going. All right, so I'm gonna go fly around and collect some more V's, and I'll be right back. Aha! And here's our wand, guys. We have a better wand. Very cool. This one is... Whoops, no, I don't want to broadcast right now. This one is the Sawmill Boss Silverwood wand. Crazy name. And I went around and charged it up fully because it takes a while, because we don't have a lot of good nodes around. And as you can see, it can hold 100 of each, which is really cool. It's twice as much as we could use. And also, if we wear our, our full... That's not actually our full set. If we wear all of our discount armor here... By the way, I'm not using this because that's only 2%. This one gives us 2%, but also 5% for air. That's why I'm not using it. We get 79% overall V's discount, so that's quite good. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. Now, the next thing we kind of need to do, and I'm probably going to switch out my stuff for now again. It is a pain to go outside and charge this wand. It has a lot of V's, as you can tell. And if I open my Thaumcraft node tracker that keeps track of all the nodes we visited, you can see they're not all very big, and some of them are pretty far away and so on, right? And like especially things like auto, they're kind of small anyway. So it always takes quite a while to charge this thing up. Well, there's a way to do this differently. If we open our Thaumaturgy tab and we start unlocking some things in this top left corner from the wand up here, I unlocked the node stabilizer first of all. And what this does is it lets you stabilize a node. Who would have thought? So you can put this below a node, and it will create like a bubble around it, and that one will prevent it from getting damaged, sort of. But you might wonder why that would be useful. Well, if you go to the basic information tab, one thing we have at the very end of this aura node chain is node in a jar. And if you look this up, you can actually trap a node in this glass block. So you build like a 3x3x3 around the node out of glass, and then like a 3x3 of slabs on top. Hit it with 70 Vs each in your wand, and it will turn into a jar. So you can actually trap a node and pick it up, and then you can place your node somewhere else and release it by just hitting it with your wand again. So that's pretty awesome. So you can transport your nodes. So if some good nodes are super far away, you can just go pick it up, bring it to your base, and you don't have to travel so far. So that's pretty awesome. But if we keep researching these node stabilizer stuff, the next thing we can get is the wand recharge pedestal. And what this basically is, that it will use nodes that are around this pedestal, and if you put your wand inside, it will slowly recharge your wand over time. So it will like drain from all the nodes around, and until they're empty, always leaving one behind so they can recharge. And that's pretty awesome too. So that's a good way of getting your wand refill. Just go out in the world, grab a bunch of nodes, and bring them to your base, build this pedestal, and you can recharge them. Alright, follow me so far. I don't do this because this is it's a decent way to charge, but I believe there is a way better way to do this. And so to do this, if we look at the top right corner, there is the harnessing Vs. This is a pretty big topic. So if you take a node stabilizer and you add a few extra components to it, you get a node transducer. And what this does is, you place this on top of a node that's captured inside a node stabilizer. And if you power it, it will slowly drain your node completely down, like it gets rid of everything that's inside, and after a couple of seconds it will turn your node from a normal node into a energized node. I believe that's what it's called. Yeah, energized node. And now what energized nodes are, they have less Vs than a node would have. So if you have like 50 air, you might get 5 air at the end or something out of it. But it doesn't provide Vs anymore, so you can no longer store or recharge Vs with that node. So you can't use your wand and right click to drain it. Instead, what it will do, it will provide centi Vs, hundreds of Vs, CVs. And it's kind of like a power source in Thaumcraft. So you can harness a node to create these CVs, and then you can use CVs to power certain machines and stuff. And it explains a lot of the things here, how this works and stuff. You can make these little V's relays to extend the signal, so it's kind of like your cable maybe. But it works a little bit different, and we'll take a look, and it makes more sense once we get to it. But yeah, certain machines, like if we would build this big furnace, the Infernal Furnace, if you provide it with Ignis Essentia in a CV form, then it will smelt a lot faster. So it's a really cool way to power machines and all kinds of things. But the other upside is that once we get this, we can also build this V's recharging relay, or V's charging relay. That's what it's called. And this one you just put on top of your workbench, on those ones, the cane ones. It goes like on top, and it will use the CV from a energized node nearby to recharge your wand. And the upside is that these CV things never run out. They just produce Vs per second or per tick or whatever, but it will never drain. So you can just put in your wand and it will eventually slowly refill. And it's a really cool way to refill your wands, in my opinion. Especially if you make like 2 or so, you can let one charge and take another one to do things. But yeah, so we're gonna work on this stuff. We actually need CVs for what we want to do for our inventory system and everything. It does require this. It needs to be powered by CVs. So we have to work on this. So the best way to do this is find a node that has all 6 primal aspects. Because certain machines require certain Vs, and also your wand needs all 6. So it's ideally to find a node that has all 6 aspects inside, which is pretty rare. You might find a node that has a compound aspect that's made out of everything, but super, super rare. So what we can do instead is we can go get multiple nodes, place them next to each other, and they start bullying each other. And what that means is the biggest node, the ones with the most V's, will slowly drain surrounding nodes and just absorb their aspects. So you can essentially find, nodes that have all 6 prime aspects like split among them, and then create this one big super node that has all of those 6 inside. It will destroy the other nodes, but that's fine. We just want this big super node. So that's pretty cool. So we're going to do this, but as you might see, if you look at this here again, capturing a node is pretty expensive. 70 Vs every time you capture a node is quite pricey. You do get a discount if you wear your armor and stuff too. And there's also a thing, if you remove a node, there is a very good chance of damaging a node. So you can actually break it or turn it into like a faded one that might not recharge and so on. It's not very safe. So what we're going to do instead, since we have so many mods in here that might help us out, in practicalities we have this matter transporter, and I'm going to make 6. It's a little bit crazy, a little bit over the top, because you can use this multiple times. And actually, can we scan this? I don't know. I think so far everything in practicalities was scannable. Yeah, awesome. So what this does is it lets you like pick up blocks like this. It stores it inside, and then you can right click again to dump it out, and you can see it has a durability, so it will last quite a while. And luckily this works on nodes, so I can just go fly around, look at my my Thaumcraft node tracker, and I can go pick up a bunch of nodes, hopefully some big ones. For example, I know that there was somewhat decently sized in this direction, I believe. We're just gonna give it a try just so you see how this works. Like this one, for example, this one already has 3 of the primer ones, which is pretty good. They're not very high. It's not a huge node, but it doesn't matter. This is going to be our first node, mostly to recharge our wand at the beginning. But yeah, it's not going to be super good. But yeah, I'm going to go spend quite some time now, collect a bunch of nodes, bring them back to our base, and try to make a really good node out of it. Alright guys, so I got a few nodes over here and they're bullying each other. You can see some lightning strikes once in a while. I had 1 or 2 more than this, I think. So 1 or 2 of them already died, which is okay. This one is completely drained, and this one over here is completely drained. This one still has a little bit, and looks like this one got most of the Ordo and Perdicio. And then this, oh, there you saw it. And this one over here has the other 3. Or, Terra is still kind of missing. So I'm going to have to go one with a lot of Terra and add it to it. I think this one might overtake this one, hopefully, and just drain out the rest of it. But yeah, it's probably not the most efficient way to do what I'm doing here, just by, placing them all next to each other. It's a little bit uncontrolled. Normally what you kind of want to do is... what is it? Make these advanced node stabilizers. It prevents lesser nodes from having their V's drained, but it does allow stabilized nodes to drain the V's from lesser ones. So, the one you want to be the good one, you encase it in that advanced node stabilizer, and then the rest you place around so that the big one can drain it. But I'm gonna let this run. I'm gonna go get some more of these. I'm probably just gonna break those because they're empty anyway. There's a chance that they might recharge, but oops, I think it would take too long. So yeah, I'm gonna go get some more nodes, and then hopefully this will be a good node soon. Alright guys, it is a couple of hours later for me. I've had this node running for a while. I actually got a bunch more, I think 6 more or something, just to get a little bit more of aspects in there. So let's have a look what we got. It's not too super impressive, but most of the main ones are over 20. I think the Terra will go up too, because we have a little bit of Herba, which breaks down into Terra and Victus, I believe. And Victus itself breaks down into Terra and Aqua, so we should get a little bit out of that too. I believe Modus has something in there too with Terra, maybe? I don't know. But yeah, it shouldn't be too bad. I am running out of VC again. I was making this water glass for decoration purposes, so I'm going to take this with me. but I'm out of auto here, so we actually have to charge our wand. But you know, I took away most of the nodes around, so we don't have a good way of charging it. So I think we should probably just hook our node up to our charging system and get this going. So let's grab our awesome node. And I don't know if I forgot to mention that, but I think if you grab it with this matter transposer, it doesn't actually damage the node when you transport it. I hope. I don't think it does. So I've been working on this room here. This is the Thaumcraft room I'm working on. Our like sort of mini hub, main hub, I don't know. This is where we're going to do most of our things. I'm going to place the, our, workbenches down here. This is where the node goes. I have a little bit of a like library here where we have our research table. And I place all these bookshelves around and some of these crystals behind glass here. If you place like crystals and bookshelves close to the research table, you see how those little like glowy bits. So if you have like bookshelves around and those crystals, you get more and more of these little icons. And what this means is that if you would use up all of your aspects of this one, for example, if you would use it 5 times, you get like a bonus one. You get like a little extra one that you can use again. So actually we have 6 because of this little light. But if you don't use up the last one, it will slowly recharge. And these crystals actually recharge the primer ones very, very slowly over time. So you actually get more and more slowly over time. So if you ever run out of stuff, you can get some this way too. I actually got quite a bit of auto now. When I started earlier, I had like 42. I'm not sure why. But yeah, just a little bit of decorations. Although I don't think those are the shizzle bookshelves. I don't think they work. I think it has to be vanilla ones. So I actually placed vanilla ones below here, below this wooden floor. So yeah, should help. But yeah, so here this is the water glass. We're gonna make a little bit more to fill us in. But the cool thing is, like, if you hit it, you can't break it like this. And no one else can't break it either. You have to use your wand to get rid of it. And only the person who plays it can get rid of it with the wand. So even if someone else has one, they couldn't get rid of it. So it's kind of cool. It's like it's called water glass. So you can make like security rooms. This is gonna be our cauldron room. Gonna have the cauldron here. Maybe like a chimney or something. I might move this back by 1. Whoa. I didn't mean to do that. This is where I'm going to build the Infernal Furnace, which we're probably going to do very soon, because I keep running out of smooth stone, and this would be a good way to do this. And the crafting area, and this is where we place our node. So I'm going to remove this redstone block for now. If I had inventory space, let's get rid of something. Just put in those for now. Still have to decorate a few things, but should be okay. So... and I'm probably going to place like water glass in front of it too, so I don't accidentally ever hit this or break this. So we do have our node stabilizer at the bottom, and we have the node transducer at the top. So if you just place the node on top of it, you can see this thing at the bottom starts and creates this little safety bubble around it. And it looks pretty awesome, doesn't it? I think it looks pretty amazing. So, just this bubble alone will protect the node from being drained. And also draining other nodes. So that's kind of cool. But then to actually activate the transducer, you need to use a signal, like a redstone signal, to activate it. Now, the thing is, once your node is energized, you do not want to turn this off, or you don't want to break this block. Let's just say that. If you break this block, we're going to explode and leave a big magical mess. You can't turn it off again, like if you turn off the redstone signal, and it will slowly turn it back into the normal node, but in that process there's a chance that it will break or you lose some aspects, etc. So I recommend never ever changing your node once you place it. And that's why we're going to use the redstone block, because it's not as easy to break. Like breaking a redstone block is not as easy as like a lever or something. So we're going to use this. So we're going to place this above. And I'm going to put some covers around later on as well, just for decoration. And ooh, you can see sparkles. Looks pretty awesome. So it's going to take a few seconds, not too long, but you can see all these aspects actually being drained. It all goes to 0. And then after a couple of seconds, it turns into an energized node. And I believe the way it calculates how many CVs of each aspect you get is it takes the square root of whatever it had before. I added like this little cover here. There's like a hole inside. this little node sends out like a beam, like a Essentia beam or whatever, or V's beam. And so I'm gonna leave this open so we can kind of like create like a network of beams throughout our base to get things where they need to go, because, you know, like, for example, if we have the furnace over here and we need igneous CVs, we need to get this from over there somewhere over here. So we can place some of these. Do I have them on me? Let's see, where are they? Some of those V relays. You just place them down, and if there is another relay or a node nearby, it will like connect. I think it's like 8 blocks maybe, or 6 blocks, I forgot. So it's not a huge distance, but it's pretty good. So we're gonna place a few of these around here. I just don't have any energy right now. And aha, here we go. Awesome. So it's not, you know, it's not a huge node. It's only 4 to 6 max. I was hoping to get Terra to 4, but yeah, it's okay. So it's gonna take a while to charge some things up. So just to show you, if I would place this thing here, you can see this little beam connecting to it. So that's pretty cool. Right now it's actually glowing. I think it's charging. It's charging something. It might be this oh yeah, I have this amulet on me, which is kind of like a V's battery that you can hold, and it will like refill your wand if it's full. And if you're nearby or near one of those CV things, it will recharge slowly too. So it's kind of cool. That's why it's like glowing right now. But let's get rid of this. We want to charge our wand. So I made this guy, the V's relay, charge relay. It's not too complicated. I think I showed you the recipes earlier. I can't remember. It's also V's relay, and then great wood rods and some iron. So it's not too bad. And you just put it on top of your on your crafting workbench like this. And you can see the beam connecting now. And now if you put in our wand up here, you can see it slowly recharges. Oh yeah. And this thing doesn't run out. So this just generates V's per second or whatever. So it will always constantly recharge. You can see it's not a ton. It's not like super fast, just because we have such a small node. But it's, I mean, it's good enough. Like, it's gonna take like 5 minutes maybe. Something like that. So I can go around, do other things in the meantime, and it will be full. And I believe it's also, when I get nearby, when I get close by, it might also be recharging my thing. Yeah. So a little bit of that goes into here as well. So that's pretty cool. So I'm going to have to make more of these guys. Let me double check what I needed for them. I think it's in, where's it? Click. Oh yeah, I need some balance shards. I hate crafting those. We need to automate those eventually. But yeah, I'm gonna make some. You get 2 of those each time, so it's not too bad. So let's actually look at the Infernal Furnace real quick too. I don't know how long I've been recording, so hopefully we have time for this. The Infernal Furnace is really cool, and to make it we need like a multi-block structure. And I'm gonna have to get some lava, and that part is gonna be tricky because we're using a lot of wood here. So I'm gonna place obsidian like this. Then you place nether brick in the corner, and those actually go up all the way 3 blocks high like this. Then you put more obsidian in the corner. This one you leave, you put a iron bar in front of it, and then you cap it off again with obsidian like this. This is all we need. You put in the lava. Actually, let me not put the torch on here. I don't know if that's somehow gonna interrupt the recipe. Yeah, you put in the lava at the bottom here, and then you right click with your wand, and it should turn into a Infernal Furnace. So I guess we could, I'm gonna go get some lava, I guess, and then we're gonna turn this thing on. Alright guys, I made some more of these V relays. And I just placed some cobblestone in front of here so that this doesn't connect. I don't think it will go through the glass. Maybe, we'll see. But I just moved some of them behind here, and they go all the way up there. So it's a little bit more hidden, and we can branch off of this one as well. So let's put that cover back. There we go. And it should go through there. Yeah, perfect. So it just comes out at the top there. And we can place, do we have another cover? Sure do. I'm gonna have to fix the walls and stuff. This room here, like this entrance, is an even number, which kind of annoys me. I might move this log into the wall, but I kind of like them sticking out a bit, so I don't know if I'll do that or not. But we'll see. And I just wrapped this around. This one is luckily centered. And alright, so I did get some lava. So hopefully, let's get our wand if it's charged. Yeah, all completely full. Pretty cool. And I already crafted like 4 more of these. So it does recharge really fast. Just be careful when you do this, the furnace. If you look in the book, it does need 50 Ignis and Terra to activate it. So you do need 50 inside your wand at least to do this. Alright, so let's grab the lava. And we need to do this sort of fast so we don't like burn down our base. So I'm just going to do this and... There we go. Ooh, I was scared. There it is. Look how evil it looks. Oh, it's so good. Once you turn it into a furnace, this lava does not actually set things on fire anymore. So you don't have to worry about that. But yeah, this is so cool. So what this guy does, you see it has some holes here. We'll talk about this in a bit. But basically you just dump in items at the top. Things that you normally would smelt down. And it will consume them. And then after a while, spit them out at the front. The finished product. And you will notice it's not the fastest thing. I mean, it's probably still faster than a furnace. And it's free. So that's the best thing about it. Like, it doesn't actually use up any fuel right now. It's a little bit faster now because it uses the Ignis. I guess that's why it is. I wanted to show you how slow it is otherwise, but I guess it's fine. It's using the Ignis now from our CV node over there. And that's why it's a little bit faster. That's why I wanted this thing here. So that's pretty good. He's dumping everything on the floor. It's not ideal. So let's make a little block that will help with that. If you make something like this and put a trapdoor on top and put in your wand, you get a hungry chest. Haha, hungry chests are awesome. I just usually place it in front of it, and every time you throw something on it, it just eats it. So very cool. So that with the furnace together works pretty well. Do you have anything else to smelt down right now? I guess we can... Here, let's throw in like a piece of great wood log, I guess. Just so it does something. And you can see when it spits it out. After a few seconds, chest just eats it. Very cool. There are more ways to increase the speed though. So I made some alembics, arcane bellows. You can also put them on the arcane furnace to speed it up. So I actually placed 2 of them on my alchemical furnace or whatever it's called. I don't think I ever mentioned that I did that, but yeah, I placed them there to speed it up. So you place one. You can place one at the bottom, one at the side, one at the back, and on the other side. So, if you could place them properly. There we go. And this will speed it up by a lot as well. Okay, we have some cobblestone on us, so let's dump the cobblestone in here again and see how much faster it is. So that's pretty good. It always, there's a little bit of a delay when it starts up, but once it gets going, it gets going. So that's pretty cool. I'll leave this in for now. Yeah, so that's our our Infernal Furnace, so that's pretty awesome. Another thing you might want to make is if you take a trapdoor and put a iron bar on top, you get an item grate. And what this does is, it's kind of like a safety thing. If you put it on top here, like that, you can't fall in now, which is awesome, but you can still throw in items through the gate. You can also right click it to close it, and then items won't go through. And if it's open, items will go through, but you can't fall in. So that's pretty cool. Like a safety thing, especially if you use golems to feed these guys. It makes it a little bit more safe, I guess. So there are another few cool things with this furnace that we're going to go over real quick. I do have my back here that I used when I went mining. And I have a ton of these clusters and everything that I get from my pickaxe of the core. So the cool thing about this furnace is, let's take some normal ore as well. First of all, if you dump in normal ore, you get a chance. Oh no, actually, I think it's 100%. You will get a extra nugget. So it gives you the ingot and a nugget. Oh, even 2 nuggets in this case. Ooh, 2 again. Maybe there's a higher chance now or something. And you can see it's pretty fast. It's already done, right? So we have 10 nuggets. So we actually got 9 ingots out of this. So that's kind of cool. If you get these clusters, which already give you 2, they still give you these ingots, these nuggets as well. So you get like 2.1-ish, I guess. We get 2 out of that, 2 again. Oh, maybe they always give 2. Oh no, this time we didn't. 1. So there's a chance. 0 to 2, it seems like. But yeah, pretty cool. And look how fast this was. This was really fast. And it doesn't use any fuel besides the CV. And we don't even need the CV. So if you just want to set one up without this whole CV system here, you can do that as well. It's not quite as fast, but I mean, still, it's pretty fast. It's definitely faster than a normal furnace. Also, if you dump in like beef or chicken or pork chops, you get these nuggets. And with these nuggets, if you look at this, if you use sugar and all 3 of these different nuggets, you get a triple meat treat. It's a pretty good food, but other than that, it's nothing special. So kind of interesting, kind of gross, but it's okay. Oh yeah, so I'm just gonna go ahead and now actually smelt a lot of these ores, and I can just dump them in and let them do this thing. And you also notice that we get experience points from smelting down certain things. This one doesn't give any, but I believe the iron ore gave some, so that's pretty cool too. So you do get experience points from that as well. And our wand is already full. Pretty awesome. Aha, now we have our node encased in this awesome protective glass as well, so nothing can go in unless they they break the wall, but we can't accidentally break this now, which is pretty good. So yeah, pretty awesome. Look at this go! Making all the glass right now. I put in 3 stacks and it's spitting them out like it's nothing. Oh, I love this guy so much. Also, just as like a PSA, I guess, you can see that these lines aren't actually connected now. They still are. It's just a visual bug in Thaumcraft. They never fixed that. I don't think that it will ever be fixed in 1.7, because I think the mod author is not working on a 1.7 version anymore. He's working on a 1.8 now. But you can see the ignis sparks coming out still, so it is actually still connected. If you relog, you will see it's still connected. And one thing I found that sometimes after a server restart, they might get disconnected and not work anymore. It seems to help a lot to actually have a chunk loader. Like every time I have a chunk loader and I have these V relays loaded, they never seem to fail, so that's pretty good. Well, guys, unfortunately we are pretty out of time here. I didn't think it would have been this long already. There's only so much we can do, unfortunately. So I will finish off this room off camera, and I'm gonna do more work on the inventories, on the storage room, just to get a little sneak peek. This is what it looks like right now. I had to change up some things, but that's something I want to talk about next episode. Then I'm gonna need a few minutes to explain these things, because I misunderstood some things about how storage drawers work. So I played around a lot in creative mode, and now I should know how everything works. Oh yeah, looks pretty. And also maybe a real quick thing, I made this ceramic stone extruder from Witching Gadgets. If you look at the book real quick, very cheap, one of the first things you can make, super cheap. And it's a cobblestone generator. It generates cobblestone. You don't need to provide water or lava, it just does it over time. Not the fastest thing in the world. And it also spits out into a nearby container, and if that container is full, it will just shut off. Or you can also give it a redstone signal to shut it off. So it's pretty cool. So I'm gonna get some cobblestone here, and just do the good old smelt the Rooney up here, and yeah, it should be cool. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Also, I've been recording in 60 frames per second. I always forgot to render in 60 frames per second though. So hopefully I will remember this time, and hopefully it will work out just fine. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye!